ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get going on round 7, Circuit de Catalunya, first race of the night. Let's have it. Just retire and get into the monitor mode. There we have it. Now, all the boys at the minute will be sorting fuel loads out, sorting the brake ducts out. That radiator will be getting opened up that little bit more. We go through the grid now. Jasco VR is going to start P1, and there is a slight gap for P2. We was at Road America the other day, and P1, P2, they were virtually side by side. Anyway, we're back with Andy, the man from Watford, making up for a poor outing at Laguna. Back there, we've got Definio and Leo going to start side by side. Andy is between a sack of Lamborghinis. So yeah, that one unfolds. Effie, big strong out in Laguna. Really saw him improve and opened up a lot of people's eyes. Disco, hopefully he can get his fuel load sorted out for tonight. His pit stops have been absolutely horrendous and has cost him a lot of points in the championship. Johnny, fairly new to the league, but always a pleasure to have him on. Very clean, fair driver. Good to have him. Uniclat, one of the regulars, current leader of the Tier 1 touring cars, but of course these GT3s are completely different beast. Then we have the Flying Dutchman, the man, the myth, Uber. P9, top 10. Nicky scraping through in the end in a top 10 position, just knocking the likes of the console. Scotty, Amber Chewy, definitely a GT4 Pro at the minute with them Genettas, but still figuring out his Porsche at the minute, but plenty of time, plenty of rounds left. Chili at P14, and it looks like Fury is going to round off our last position. By no means do I think the guys are going to stay in this position at all. I do think there's going to be a lot of stops, start and changing. But we'll go on board with Jasco as we're at 20 seconds. We're about to go lights out for race 1 of the night, Circuit de Catalunya. We have 140,000 people packed into this stadium cheering on our GT3 drivers. At 540 metres down to P1, we're going to see how this plays out, see who gets bogged down, see who gets a good start. Let's hope all the mid-pack drivers and towards the back can get the braking zone sorted out for the first corner. Here we go, the lights out, sprint race going. It looks like Jasco and Definio got a good start. Definio up to P2 and the P3. And it looks like just in the background there you see Disco. We're going to go on board with the lads towards the back end of it and see if we can get a good view of what's going on. Luba going up the inside. We're on board with Johnny. Slight tap on the outside. Luba needs to be careful coming back on. Nicky forced out wide a little bit. The console has to get off the gas a little bit. Go back up with our settings, and it looks like Leo from down to P3, currently in P6. We're on board with Uniclark as the boys come into the corner, and as I'm saying that, it looks like Definio has a hell of a breakaway there. Jasco down to P2, and Disco in close proximity. Disco gave him a hell of a go last time out. And they're coming up on Say It now. Turn A. Have a look further back through the pack. Hopefully the boys are all behaving themselves. Looks like Johnny P10 still holding that position. Where is Scotty in P14 at the minute, so what's quite going on with them? We've had contact a little further back in the lap, and it looks like Amber Chewy giving Chili a little look there. Good line through the campus into work now. We've got a great overhead shot of the boys. Fantastic, and it looks like Leo is all over the back of Effie. Is he going to have a go onto the brakes? He is. He pulls out. Does Effie see him? He does. Delays the steering slightly, but these boys are still side by side, and it looks like Disco hassling the back of Jasco VR. Quick cockpit view and have a look what Disco's looking at. Of course, Disco, our Scottish driver, had all sorts of nightmares in Laguna with his pit stop up there. Jesus, Definio living dangerously, thinks he's faster on 2 wheels than he is 4. Jasco looks like he's really on the arse end of these boys now. We're going to go cockpit view. Jasco's going to get the draft. We'll have to go trackside. Side by side with Definio. Jasco and Definio are going to drag it out up the main strip now into turn 1, which is Elf. Looks like Jasco's going to have the inside line for it, but pretty well evenly matched to Definio and Jasco. Definio going to try it on the brakes. He has got the inside for this next corner, but Jasco a hell of a run if he can just keep it side by side. And it looks like Definio runs in a little bit wide, all within the laws of the game, of course. Massive respect shown by the boys, and it looks like Disco and Andy managed to catch onto the back of it. Andy's got a fantastic shot of this, and Leo is catching. Onto the brakes now. Jasco and Definio still side by side. Definio pulls out a little bit, gets a little sideways, got track side. Is he going to lose another position? He's holding the inside. Leo must be rubbing his hands at this. A little further back with the console. Nicky, all in close proximity to one another. Amber Chewy heading up the back. On board with Johnny. Looks like Uniclark's trying to find a way around Effie, and all the while Leo has managed to find a way past Andy. That must have been a real good move coming out of the Sayet corner into Worth. We get a great shot of the boys now as we come round the Cancer corner. Can Andy fight back? He's definitely in the draft, but that Lambo does look pretty handy in a straight line. Looks like Uniclark is trying to get Effie onto the brakes, get Effie to brake a little later. They're side by side, and Uniclark looks like he just pulls out of it a little bit. It's Amber Chewy up to Amber Chewy, Chili, and Nicky all in post proximity, and it's good to see that Scotty has managed to pull up on the back of him again. Andy not letting Leo go away in any means, but Davinio back to P3. It looks like Disco's going to try and pull out and see if he can catch up with Jasco. You give a man like Jasco an inch, he's going to be ahead by a mile. And Andy just about keeping sight. It looks like Uniclark's going to try and catch that Cadillac on the straight. We're going to have a look at speedo now, ladies and gentlemen. 140, 150, past the pit strip, 160. That AMG in full force now. Onto the brakes. It's impressive to watch these boys into Elf here. We'll have a little further back with Chili Chills. Remember, we've got Amber Chewy behind him. Had a real good outing in Long Beach on Friday night. It was great to see the new drivers really stretching their legs and having a chance to show the women's racing guys what it's all about. At the minute, Jasco VR leads the field. He's managed to pull a 1.5 second gap, but Disco's not going to let him go. Still in pro proximities. We've gone board with Dafinio, who's shaking the car about. Hard braking into the seat. Good line out of there, but also Leo, good line out there too. Thank you for the comments on the YouTube section. Really appreciate it. Smurfy51, go Uber. Big Al, the console, baby. Kenneth Smith, let's go. The Flying Dutchman. Flying Dutchman currently in a top 10 position. Fantastic to see. Let's have a look at Uniclark. See if he's managing to catch up on the back of that Cadillac. Yeah, it does look a little bit like it's as you will. Trackside with the boys. Yeah, that Cadillac is certainly a lot faster than I give it to credit for, and it looks like Chili has managed to catch up with Nicky. See what that Z4 is like in the draft. It looks pretty quick, you know. Even in the draft, that 488 is struggling. What's Scotty up to? Just coming up onto the back of Amber Chewy now, so... The Rain Man himself, the Welsh Dragon, not had an easy first couple of laps of this race, and it looks like Effie and Uniclark so close. Effie's had to reset. We've got a yellow flag coming out of the Blank Chadell corner, boys. Yellow flag. Looks like Nicky had to take some evasive action there. We've got trackside. Chili Chills is now caught up on this train, so we've got Chili Chills, Nicky, Effie, Ubal leading the train, but Leo's even closer. Yep, look, on board with Dafinio, trying to weigh up. Disco into turn one, gives him a look, pulls back in. Takes the racing line again, but understeering that Lambo is real at the minute. What's Leo seeing behind him? Andy a second off these guys, but Jasco again pulls out another second in this lap, so it looks like Jasco really asserting his dominance in this first opening sprint race we've got here. Andy dropping off the back a little bit, but still in good contention. What's Chili Chills up to? Looks like Nicky's even closer. We're on board with the Z4. Just out of the Renault corner, into Repsol now. That Cadillac sounds great, pinging off the limiter, so round Repsol. Carefully, gently around there, not wanting to spin the rear, so now coming into turn 5, see it. Chili Chills with a fantastic shot of these guys coming around here. Back with Leo, who seems to have caught real up on the side. Now we'll go track side. Hopefully he doesn't push out too wide, and it looks like he may have gone out wide there, but hopefully no slow down for him. Dafinio looks so quick in the straight line, and any of these boys put a foot wrong here. We'll go on board with Dafinio as they come through the Blank Chadell right-hander into the European car. You can see now just on the right-hand side. Leo's got a better shot of this. Dafinio looking racy. Disco still maintaining P2 though. It's good to see all the while. Jasco with a 4-second gap now, so these boys arguing over themselves, definitely slowing one another up. Looks like Dafinio again gets a good drive out of there. We'll go on board with him as he comes up the start finish. Look how fast that AMG is in a straight line, even in the draft. Dafinio doesn't look like he's catching, so he'll have to do something onto the brakes or around the corners. Dafinio very impressive on the brakes there. Back with Effie. Effie looks like he's trying to wear the Flying Dutchman up. Will he have a go into turn 1 into Elf? Nope. Sits behind him. Probably a good idea. Trying to weigh him up, and Ubar runs a little wide through turn 1 and has to give the position up. What's Nicky seeing in all this? Ubar going again. Good to see our fan favourite there. Back on track, still in a top 10 position, so fantastic to see. All the while, it looks like Scotty's managed to find a way past Chewy and has caught up with the Blights of Chili Chills and Nicky in front. We just about make Ubar on, so this is on now. This fight is definitely on. Looks like, yeah, we've confirmed reports from the pit lane that there were a little incident on lap 1. The 488 sporting a little bit of damage there, but we've got on board with Scotty. Smash windscreen, let's do it from the roof cam. There we go. Perfectly navigated, see it. Great line through there. What are they liking to worth? Bit of an off-camber this one, likes to push you out, and Nicky understeers, goes across, and Chili does too. Oh, and Scotty has to go wide to try and not collect him. Hopefully he manages to pick up the pieces. We'll have a look what Andy's up to. Looks like Jasco, Disco, Defidio, Leo and Andy are in a race off their own at the minute. Uniclark's slowly catching up with these boys, but back on board with Scotty. Some fantastic racing going on, and it really is a testament here. We've got from P1 to P14 at the minute, all in close proximity to each other. Console sporting the yellow and black NSX. Should be good on this track for the downforce levels, and all the while looks like Defidio and Disco real close to each other. Back up the start finish again, lap 6. You can physically hear the 145 pounds the capacity crowd screaming as these boys come down here. We'll have a look further back. Now we're going to the start finish. Ubar's come right out the way of the draft. That said, 4 does look pretty handy in a straight line though, and he's certainly showing it. He's Nicky in a top 10 position. Looks like Defidio very close now to Disco. We'll go on board with Defidio as he slams onto the brake coming through Repsol. Oh, he just has to come off the throttle there and catches it. So Defidio's tyres on the left-hand side are pretty much shot at this point. Sorry, on the the left-hand side are absolutely shot. What's Leo up to? Faring a little better on tyre wear, but still absolutely knacked on that left. And as I see, Andy behind with much fresher tyres. What's Jasco's like? Jasco's definitely got that sorted out with the camber angles. His tyres are green. Look at these boys here, though. In each other's draft. We'll go on board with Defidio as they come down the back straight, if you will, into turn 10. A tricky one, hard on the brakes. Leo, fantastic shot. These boys doing their thing. It does look like Defidio's got the measure of Disco around the twisty bit of the track. We get onto the straight, and that AMG just absolutely pisses off. Chili Chills now, with close proximity with the Welshman Scotty and Nicky there, all very close to one another. And in the background, it looks like the console has done him on the brakes. He's got side-by side with Amber Chewy onto the brakes into turn 10. Fantastic move, and it looks like Scotty's very close now to Chili Chills. Scotty looks like he's got the setup of the 2 488s at the minute, but it's one thing being quick, it's another being around them with a bit of breathing room. It looks like Leo's got a fantastic shot of Disco trying to defend the inside there. Defidio still trying to figure out a way around him. We'll go trackside, back with the boys that must be coming down the start finish now. They are indeed. We'll see if there's any start stops. Looks like Effie's got a healthy advantage now. Scotty looks so close in the draft. And again, he's lacking a little bit. Maybe he added tomorrow's downforce more than anything else, but his tyres in good shape at the minute. Let's have a look what the rest of the boys are like. Chili Chills, more or less, green tyres there. So Scotty definitely running a little more downforce. We've seen Nicky's front left taking an absolute battering, especially around these first couple of corners through Renault and Repsol. It absolutely kills, and it looks like Leo managed to cool them that left side of the car down, and he has Uniclark in his sight, which I think he was in front of Uniclark, so he must have missed that on track. Apologies. We'll go on board with Leo, our Brazilian driver. Always fun to have him out there and watch a Brazilian driver absolutely nail and go for it. Currently Leo is 13 points behind Jasco VR. Good line through there. Defidio even closer now to the likes of Disco. It'll be hard to pass around this section of track though. Both of them peppering the throttle, both of them with the front left absolutely dying. Looks like Defidio's got slightly more tyre wear than Disco. Might be the result of having to follow the car in front. It's not getting as much clean air or cooler air to the actual tyres at the minute. Andy is going backwards. He must have had a bit of a moment there. Him and Leo are basically side through side coming through Elf. We've gone board with Andy. Through New Holland corner, just about managing to not keep it on the rumble strip there. Living dangerously. Looks like Leo's trying to break that draft a little bit. Got a very experienced AMG in front of him. We'll go trackside. Andy has a little look. Thinks better of it. looks like Definio is so much closer to Disco around this section of track. Again, he looks good around the twisty stuff. Disco looks... Oh, does he get it around with the brakes? A little tap maybe. Maybe he's got a little bit of red livery on the front of that Lambo there. Disco maybe struggling a little bit with grip as well. Certainly is. These boys with yellow tyres here, so on board with Definio, our Czech driver from Olomouc. Currently P3 in the standings, 15 points in front of Andy. Back with Andy though. Andy, Leo and Uniclark giving us a hell of a show. The console P11, Nicky still in a top 10 position. It's good to see. And really, it looks like he's got the speed tonight to hassle the likes of Uber. Unbelievable. So close. 1, 2 and 3. Fantastic. What Andy up to? Trying to hunt down there, maintaining a good point scoring position. What's Leo doing? He's really pulling up on the back of him now. Definio. Where are these boys now? Oh, and it looks like Disco pushes wide, so that's going to be Disco for Definio through. So Disco stay with him. These boys suffering with tyres that are overheating, to say the least. Through the RSE chicane into New Holland now. We'll go on board with Disco as they come through this section of track. Onto the tyres, that one, to the rumble strip there. Now let's see what it's like in the straight line. Can he make any advances on Definio down the start finish? Looks like Definio got a good exit out of New Holland. It's happening with Andy, even closer now to the likes of Leo. He's definitely in the draft. He pulls out, shows him the inside, onto the brakes, comes back on it. Probably a smarter move in that instance there. What's Nicky and Uber up to? Wow, all these guys so close. Real close to each other now. Looks like Scotty's going to have a go at Chili in the background as well. On board with him, he's definitely in the draft of that 488, but can he make it stick? Just losing a little bit on top end there, so maybe something to figure out for this feature. And he may have pushed Chili a little wide there. Oh, Chili, I can't tell you how close that was, ladies and gentlemen. Amber Chewy through too. Hopefully Chili can get it pointed in the right direction. And we don't see a disconnect. What's Andy up to? Bit of a concertina effect through the safe corner. All the while, Leo hassling Uniclark. Again, Uniclark being one of the standout drivers this season. Driven absolutely fantastically. He knows where to place that AMG to make it as difficult as possible. Currently, Uniclark 6th in the championships, 54 points behind Scotty. Scotty, of course, at the minute, he is in 12th, so this could see a jump in position, seriously, just from the sprint race. Of course, everyone watching on YouTube, please stick with us. We have a feature race after this. We're going to do double laps of this sprint. We're currently at 9, so we're going to be way past 20 plus laps, and I'd love to see how the boys make it work with the tyres, definitely. Andy keeping Leo and Uniclark honest. Johnny sort of catching up, and Andy gets very wide again, so on board with Leo. We're going to go on the cockpit cam with him. Fantastic shot of Uniclark, trying to keep it as tight as possible. Just a quick on board with Uniclark, see what his tyres are like. They're faring better than Leo's, definitely. We've got trackside now. Black Cadillac just coming around the corner, so Effie, who had a good outing at Laguna Seca. Leo try onto the brakes here. So close to the back of that AMG. It's fantastic watching the boys do that. So we're on board with Scotty. Again, he's down on top speed a little bit. And we get to see that demonstrated here in the draft of the Z4 in front of him, which is Nicky, driving out of France, our British driver. Always good to have him on board, one of the new drivers to the Women's Racing League. Into turn 1 through Elf now. Let's see what sort of line he takes. He's good on the brakes there. Didn't manage to do a Chills that time round. Looks like Leo's even closer to Uniclark now. Looks like Disco's very close too. The concertina effect, back with Leo. Go trackside. Leo and Uniclark giving us a show. Of course, Leo does not want to drop any more points to the man, the myth, the legend that is Jasko VR. Currently 15 points in front of him, so Leo needs to try and get himself up with 2.5 minutes to go. Looks like Leo maybe P4 at best at the minute. Disco still holding a podium spot. Still keeping Definio honest. Anything can happen. We have seen accidents before on the last lap and people spinning out. These tyres taking an absolute battering. Johnny, a quiet P7, but that man in front of him struggling with the back end of the car. Can Johnny get P6? He's going to be giving it everything he can. On board with Nicky now. Uber in front. P9. I think he did start outside of a top 10 position, so a man from Dreef is going to have some good points this time out. Nicky pushes a little wide. We're back with Leo now down the start finish, and it looks like Uniclark managed to pull himself a bit of breathing room there. Johnny definitely closing in on the likes of Andy. I don't think he's going to be close enough to have a go, so back with Nicky. Scotty through in the lap. That downforce paying dividend. On board with Scotty now. We'll go cockpit view. Have to go down the roof, and Nubar has to go defensive into the New Holland corner. Ubar pushes slightly out wide, but that AMG is definitely going to have the top end over him. Ubar trying to break the draft now. We'll go trackside. Nicky in the background stalking, ready to pick up any pieces. 1.5 minutes to go. As you were, on board of our race leader, not too much doing. He's managed to pull a 12-second gap, setting consecutively 144s. Missed him last time out at Laguna Seca. Of course, did start the sprint race. Had to get off for commitments due to having a baby. To 2 DNFs didn't help his points in the slightest. But massive congratulations to Jasco Villaro on the birth of his new baby. Congratulations to his wife from all the Rubbins Racing team and all the Rubbins Racing drivers. Congratulations. Got 1 minute to go as they're coming round the Blanchardelle corner. So I reckon we'll have another lap of this. So 12 laps. What's Uniclark up to? Leo through, so Leo trying to climb his way back up. Of course, every point crucial at this point. Excuse the pun, but yeah, every place definitely crucial to Leo at the minute. Uniclark doing a solid job though, and it does look like Andy's managed to get going in the right direction again. However, he did take a big chunk of that track there. So back with Nicky. Oh, and Scotty's through. We're going to get a fantastic track side of these boys here. Fantastic. Scotty's through. Uber looks like he's going to try it on the brakes, and he's not brave enough there as he gets very sideways. Good corrective steers, and Amberchew's caught up onto the back of these two. What's Uniclark like down the straight? Can't make any mistakes. That man Gunnif behind Andy, the man from Watford, ready to pounce on any mistakes, but we've got racing back here. Amberchewy catching the back of the likes of Nicky. Nicky caught out a little bit with the braking zone of Uber there, but nothing doing, still pointing in the right direction. On board with Uber. Look at the top right of the hand screen there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the state of those tyres, taking it an absolute battering. Andy coming up on the timing screens, Uniclark much more closer. Amberchewy in the 911 still, I think he did start back of the grid, or near to the back of the grid, so climbing up a few spots. Nicky, Uber and Scotty with a hell of a show on how to drive at the minute. Scotty leading the pack away though, maybe pulled a little bit of breathing room out. So these boys, Jasco, where is he? Just coming through the stadium section now, so we'll have time just to check out if Uniclark can get any closer. Looks like Leo, barring any mistakes, we'll have that one done. Quick look at Amberchewy, who's pulled up on the left hand side right hand side of Nicky there through there. Looks like he's going to have the place done. He's got Uber in front of him. Can Amberchewy get himself into a top 10 position? All to play for. Back with Jasco coming through the rack on the chicane. Through New Holland now. Absolutely faultless from our Bosnian-based driver here. Coming up the start-finish. He's going to take on P1 in the sprint race. Nice work, Jasco VR. It's good to have you back, buddy. Back with Definio. Coming through the same section of track. Give Disco all sorts of trouble behind him. Going to help him take on P2. Disco, though, shouldn't be disappointed with P3 at all. At least his fuel level's sorted. P2 for Definio. Good going, buddy. And Disco's going to take home the last podium spot of the night. Hell of a job. And Leo does manage to maintain P4. Manages to bring himself back up the order to score some better points. Uniclark, P6. Andy does maintain P6. Good points for him. Johnny's going to bring it home in P7 in the Bentley. Effie continues his good looks and support there with P7, good point scoring. Scotty managing to maintain the good point scoring position, top 10. Started outside of the top 10, ladies and gentlemen, so barring any mistakes, which doesn't look like it. Across the start finish, P9 for Scotty, nice work, and it looks like Ubar's going to hold on to that top 10 position, but Amberchewy and Nicky are going to drag it out. Who got it in the end? I think it was just Nicky who managed to get it. There wasn't much in it. Chili Chills is going to make it home, thank God. He's just come from the RCC chicane into New Holland now. Chili Chills is going to bring it home. Good going. Big respect to keeping going once losing it through Elf Corner, mate. Thank you very much. The console heading up the pack behind. He's going to be wanting a good outing next time in the future. Of course, stick with us on YouTube while we get it all sorted out. We'll have double the laps, so 13 laps. We're going to have a 27-lap race, one of them with the formation lap. Massive congratulations to Jasco. Again, takes home the fastest lap. That'll be another extra point for the guy there. Fury to the left. Perfect. Okay, Chili Chills and Amaturi to the left. Right, we'll get a good shot of the boys now when they come down the start finish. It's down to Alex to decide when he wants to go. We've got the rev gauge up so we can give a shout out to the lads when the track is green. Here we go, all the boys lined up, waiting for that orange NSX to put his foot down. Of course, if he hasn't gone before the start finish, it's a live track, so the console's still following up. Still waiting, and he's gone, his foot down. We are green light for race 2, the feature race of the Ribbons Racing GT3 League. And it looks like the Fury has managed to get a hell of a run, but he's not got the inside for this, and he looks like he's just driving around the outside of him. Amber Chewy tries to defend the line from Chili Chills behind him. All the boys managed to get it stopped. We're looking at Uni Clark and Effie. Effie gets a little tap through Randy, but nothing doing. All the boys pointing in the right direction. Disco up to P9. Andrew, I say that. Maybe getting bullied out a little bit. Effie pulls up on the side of him. All the boys racing hard, but very fair. We do want to take an on-board. What's happening a little further back. Get a fantastic shot here with our Welsh Dragon, and it looks like Uber pushed very wide, and Andy's gone sideways, and even Disco having a few problems through there. Leo does well to avoid it. Looks like Scotty just about pulling across there. Leo doing a good job. He's got Defino on the outside of him. We'll go a little further up track, see what Abachu is up to. Fury with a hell of a start there, and it looks like Chili Chills making his way through the pack. P4 at the minute. Oh, he gets sideways through there, and he's going to have Amaturi and Uber all over the back of him. We're going to get a great trackside view of these boys now. This is going to be impressive. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch this train come down the backstretch. Wow, Uniclark involved in it. Looks like Effie's going to try and outbrake him, but Uniclark very good on the brakes, and here we go. It does look like Effie just about managed to get it stopped. Uber having his own set of problems in front. First couple of laps, the boys just trying to find their feet. Looks like Defino side by side with Johnny. Johnny just about holding it on the island. The Defino drove around the outside, and that was very impressive. Watch Jasco up to Jasco in front of Disco. Disco having a bit of a moment, and a bit further up. It's that Uber and Effie. Very close to one another, very close, and it looks like Uniclark involved in this as well. We'll go cockpit cam. Effie gets very sideways coming out New Holland now. Up the start finish. Looks like we've got a battle on for the lead there, actually. NFP, Nikki and Fury are going to go out into turn 1 into Elf, and it looks like Nikki's going to have the inside line. Straight drag strip, the console in Pro Proximity behind as well. That Z4, very impressive in a straight line, and Fury gets onto the brakes. Maybe catches the console out a little bit. We'll go on board with the console now as they come through Elf. Into Reynolds is not clearly going to go in the middle of him, is he? And it looks like Fury understeered the console. What a move there! Slight touch with the Z4, but what a move there. Fury understeering through the corner. Looks like Fury wants that one back. He's going to have to watch it onto the brakes though, as they come into Repsol now. Fury on the inside of Nicky. Is Nicky going to try and hang it out on the outside? We just don't know. It looks like Nicky's going to have the inside for it. Does Fury see him? No, Fury turns in. And it looks like Chili Chills is also going to take advantage of that one. So, yeah, Fury just not seeing Nicky on the side of him. Take a further look back at what's going on with Johnny. Disco now up to P11. Was at the back of the grid, so he's had a bit of a start. Johnny goes defensive into work. Disco trying to hang it on the outside. Be a brave move that one would. All the while, Jasco VR's looking at the back end of this thinking, what's going on with the lads? Chili Chills impressing again. P3 and Andy gets very sideways. I believe that's Andy onto the Quack stuff, so you'll have to reset. Thank you again for joining us on YouTube. And Disco's going to try to stick up the inside of Johnny. Johnny sees him, delays the steering. Fantastic job by Johnny, but Johnny's going to have a fight back. It looked like he was going to try and stick it up the inside again. Jasco and Uniclark now looking at what's going on. Defino falling behind a little bit there. Must have had a bit of a moment, so it won't be long until he's back on the case again. Watch Chili up to. We'll go on board with him. Very, very loose through the RAC chicane there. A bit further back, what's Effie up to? Effie trying to have a look at Fury. Fury coming down the order. Fury, one of the new drivers for tonight, so the boys have to give a little bit of leeway. Go trackside now, and that Cadillac looks like an animal in a straight line. Absolute animal. Has Andy managed to get going again? He has. Oh, that Cadillac's pulled out the draft now into turn 1, into Elf, onto the brakes. The boys give each other the room. Fury does see him this time. Thought he'd outbroke himself for a second. Uber in P4, fantastic driving, and all the while Nicky has closed a little bit of a gap. The console with one of the moves of the season. I've really seen that coming. Some good instinctive driving there. What's Amber Chewy up to? Amber Chewy with Jasco on the inside. Jasco gets very sideways through that corner, manages to save it again. So Jasco up to P10. Amber Chewy looks like he's going to try and fight back. That was brave onto the brakes. On board with Jasco VR now. He's got Johnny in front of him, Disco in front of him. Of course, Disco, Johnny, those likes of them, will towards the back of the grid. Fantastic shot as they come through Sayat corner now. Just go with a good drive out, but it looks like Fury with the Welsh Dragon behind him. The Rain Man himself, and Fury pushes wide, he's onto the gravel, he's going to be have to be careful. Joining back on, he's going to lose a whole host of spot. Jasko around 2, P9. We'll go trackside. I think better going on with Scotty there. He's got Disco all over the arse end of him. Disco onto the brakes, down the little start finish. Should have the top speed over the likes of Scotty. Scotty's set up for downforce, and in the background that Bentley gets very deep on the brakes. Scotty just about seen him there, thought that he was going to get clouted into the side of him. All the while Amber Chewy very sideways in the background. Do neglecting our race leaders, and Johnny gets out of sorts there coming through the blank Cazabel corner. He did well to keep it there. Just about managed to keep it off the back of Scotty. Some fun here. We're going to go on board with the likes of Uniclark and Jasko, definitely. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Some fantastic racing going on. Look at the draft braking here. This is great. On board with Uniclark, coming at the start finish. The Bentley guys goes defensive, gets back in the draft. Looks like Jasko's going to try on the brakes now. We'll have a fantastic shot of this. Onto the brakes. Does Jasko get it stopped? I think Scotty in preparation there. Just about seeing him. Scotty paying a lot of attention to his wing mirrors there, and Scotty's getting bullied almost backwards here. He's going to want them positions back. Of course, set up for downforce, and Scotty's going to try and hang it back on the inside here. He's got the draft of the Bentley in front of him, and the cars touch each other. Uniclark and Johnny. Oh, both round. Uniclark just about managed to save it though. Has to be careful coming back on track, and Scotty losing out there too. Back with Effie now, who's all over the arse end of Chili Chills. We've got on board with him as they come out the Repsol corner. They'll stay at corner into Worth now. We'll see what this Cadillac's like through the twisty stuff. We know it's fast in the straight line. Chili Chills shuffling with a little bit of understeer. All the while the console has managed to pull 2 seconds on Nicky, but Nicky with a 1 second gap too, so we'll go trackside. Should get a good view of these boys down here. He looks a bit too far away to do anything about it. What's Uber up to? Just go through P6. Fury back down the order, and we've got Amber Chewy and Scotty side by side. They're going to drag it out up into turn 10. Looks like Scotty's good on the brakes there. Amber Chewy just delays the braking zone just a little bit. Scotty through. Andy's struggling in the background a little bit. Little flash of the headlights. Maybe a little touch there with Johnny. I'm not too sure what's going on. Back with Jasko VR. Seems to caught up really on the arse end of them. Disco hassling Effie now. Effie though on the back end of Chili Chills. Ooh, Effie with a save there and a half. Look how fast the AMG is in the straight line. Here we go. We've got trackside. Fantastic shot. Nicky leading the train. Chili Chills just behind there. Then it looks like Disco's going to try it onto the brakes. Ooh, Effie did pull across again. Bit of a late braking manoeuvre there. Chili Chills getting the worst of that. Hopefully Chili Chills can bring it back on track, and Jasko takes big advantage of that. Jasko through the middle of them. P4, just like the console on lap 1. Very instinctive. Disco all over the arse end of Chili Chills. Chili Chills with a much better line through the Renault corner there. Onto the brakes. Hopefully Disco manages to just about keep it out the arse end of Chili Chills, but all very close in proximity. Uber P8, Definio in front of him. See what the light coming through the Repsol corner in to see it now. We'll go on board with Flying Dutchman. Into second. Definio very wide, but managing to pull it back again, and Chili Chills has gone sideways. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but Chili Chills sideways. We only caught the back end of that. What's Jasko up to? Here we're on board with Jasko. Oh my god, is he going to try it? He had a look through the cancer corner. Thought better of it, pulled it back across onto the line now. We're going to come up the back straight into turn 10. We're going to get to see this. Lamborghini versus Cadillac here. Nothing doing, onto the brakes. Disco now hunting down Uber. P7 and P6, close proximity, but it looks like Uniclark even closer to Fury. Of course, Fury, new driver for tonight, so the boys need to just be a little bit more aware around him. But having a good, strong outing. Good to see the new drivers on track, showing the worth. Back with Jasko. Looks like he's really hassling the back end of Effie now. Effie struggling over the twisty stuff, onto the straight though, and that Cadillac is gone again, but Jasko seems to have got a good run. Nicky still maintaining P2, which is fantastic to see. Another new driver into the Robbins Racing League, doing well. Just about make out Disco in the background. Definio and Uber into the pits. Very early, lap 7, not half race distance, so we'll see how that one pans out. I do want to have a quick look. Not into the boxes quite yet, we'll go on board. nowhere into the box quite yet. So Johnny up the start finish is going to inherit P11. Uniclark now really hassling Fury. Uniclark looks like he's struggling to find a way around or figure out a way around Fury. Fury underseared into this section of track, so maybe this is where Uniclark can pounce, and he does. The commentator's curse, as it were. Uniclark through P6, but it looks like that Lambo's not quite done with him yet. Pulls back out the draft. Does Uniclark see him? He does indeed. Fantastic driving by the boys. Real good driving. Jasko now really on the back of Effie. It looks like Nicky's struggling for a little bit of pace. Last time around, Nicky at 149. The guys around him 147, 146. So definitely a bit more pace than these boys. And Nicky runs wide through the worst section of track, the little S's. We'll go trackside with Effie because he looks very close to the back of P2 now. Will he make a move? Does he kick it out? He does. So Effie onto the back of Nicky now. Pulls out of the draft. Coming up into the heavy braking zone, turn 10. Jasko's just taking a look at this. He's going to take advantage of anything. Nicky looks like he takes a much tighter line around that section of track. Do want to take a look back at what Andy's up to. Got pointing again in the right direction. Obviously the guy's got bags of pace in that 488 to come from the back of the grid. It looks like Uniclark. We're going to get a fantastic shot of this. Ooh, I say that, I've gone trackside. Can't see them. Looks like Uniclark just about had to get back out of it again. So Uniclark going to try and way up him. He's coming in on the outside. Just giving him a look. Just giving Fury a look. Seeing if he can do anything about it. But still, Fury holding P6. Uniclark now with the likes of Scotty behind him and Andy, who both managed to catch up in this little train. Looks like Johnny's very close to Ambitui too, but want to bet back with Andy. Oh, there goes Uniclark. Trackside. They're going to drag it out. Still Fury with the position on track, so it just shows you what sort of top speed he's got. Onto the brakes, into Elf Corner. Uniclark finally finds his way around as the sun's dropping now, so track temperature's going to drop. The grip levels are going to decrease some, so it's going to add some new elements to it. Can Nicky get it going in the right there? We just missed that. Jasko through. Nicky down to P4, but has a good 2-3 seconds back to Disco, but Disco on a charge at the minute. Ambitui still fighting with Johnny. Up into Repsol now. We'll see what this Bentley's like round this section of track. Shouldn't suit it. Gets a little sideways there. Has to recorrect the steering. Good save by Johnny through that section of track. Looks like Ambitui. Yeah, he covers the line. Good driving. Real good driving by the boys there. Jasko now forever closer onto the back of Effie. Jasko currently GT3 points leader. Did Effie get sideways? He did. He's going to lose a bit of momentum there. So Effie into P3. It's going to bring Nicky into play a little bit. Catch him up. What's Andy up to? On board with him now. He's got the likes of the Welsh Dragon, the Rain Man himself in front of him, and Fury has proven not to be easy to actually get around. He's only going to go onto the brakes here, being a very ambitious move from that far back. Good driving by all the guys here. Looks like Nicky catching up with Effie, who's, while the sun's going down, struggling with grip with that car. Let's go on board with Nicky as he comes through. Yeah, see there, he gets very sideways. Look at the drive that Cadillac gets off there, and it looks like Andy's found a way around Scotty. Going to defend the line into the corner. He doesn't. Takes his normal line, takes a lot of curve, living dangerously, likes to fling you off there. So currently a couple of guys pitted. I believe Ubar and Dafini are pitted. Centre feet closer there. He's not. So back with Scotty. We've got a train here. We've got Fury, Andy, Linsfoot and Uniclark, or Linesfoot. In the background there, and Bachiri looks like he's trying to find a way past Johnny, just not close enough at the minute. Andy leading that little pack. He's got Fury in front of him. Again, he's not proven easy to pass. It looks like Disco's pulling up onto the back of Nicky here. Disco bags of pace, proved that out of the Circuit of Americas, proved it in Laguna Seca, and then his pit crew proved that they were incompetent both times. So hopefully they can get the fuel load sorted out. It's not going to be an issue. It looks like Andy's very close to Fury now, on board with him, as he's trying to show Fury a few different looks here and there. The sun now setting, so the boys need to all refrain from flashing the headlights too much. Very off-putting. Disco even closer to Nicky's now. Second in it. It's like Uniclark pulling up onto the back of this fight too. On board with Uniclark. Fantastic shot of the boys coming through Worth. Through the camper now. We will go trackside just to watch the fighting going on. Here we go. We've got Fury, Andy, Scotty and Uniclark within a second of each other. Just in the background there, looks like Uniclark's just trying to pull out the draft, and he has. So we have got a double move going on. Andy gets through. Oh, and Fury back round again. I don't think Andy was expecting that, and it looks like Uniclark's made up a spot in the background too. Fantastic driving, but the man, the myth, the legend, Scotty, more than capable of making up these places too. So all to play for. The console still holding P1, but for how much longer do you think? Because the man lapping behind him is almost 2 seconds a lap quicker, and these track temperatures definitely dropping now, definitely being a factor. Looks like Jasko's within a second. We'll go cockpit count with the current GT3 points leader, the console, as impressed. Lap 10, and the console's managed to pull off one of the finest manoeuvres all season that I've seen, but yeah, he's got a man hunting him down there, so we'll keep an eye on that little battle as Nicky has not let Disco go at the minute. Looks good through that section of track. Effie just about in front of him, back with Uniclark. Scotty just about defends the line into that corner. He's going to want to keep it tight here as the car pushes out wide. A little lift and back onto it again. Fury not letting Andy go either. Fantastic to see. We've got trackside. Scotty does go defensive into Repsol. Good driving by a well-struck man there from Swansea. Rides a little bit of curb, and Uniclark's going to try around the outside of this one. Is Scotty going to be fair and let him have the outside? Of course, well within his right to run him out, as long as there's no contact there. Good driving by all the boys here, the class of the field, the proper GT3 boys, and it looks like Jasko's so close to the back of the console. We're going to go on board with him. See what the console's line's like through turn 10, through the blank Chanel corner now. Coming in now, yep. Into the European car section, the next right-hander when we come into the Iraq chicane, so into the European console looking very good around this section of track, I must say. Into the Iraq chicane now, or RSCC. Good line by the console through there, into New Holland. Has the console got enough grunt in the NSX to maintain it? Looks like Disco and Effie's very close to one another too. It looks like the console's going to have the gap there. It's going to be very close though, come down to the end, on board of him. Yeah, the console's going to have that barring any mistakes, and the sun is really dropping here, guys. And Uniclark, little wiggle on there as Fury's going to go push wide through there. Uniclark on the outside of him. Fury's going to have to notice him, and he does. Just through. Ambaturi thinks better of it though. What's Scotty up to? Just in the background. Let's keep on with Ambaturi though. Cockpit view. Looks like Fury's giving up a lot of straight line speed to downforce, so it looks like Ambaturi's going to pull out in the 911 now. Does indeed. Looks like we've got a little bit of mist there, but the weather is due to start the same. It's going to keep dry without. Ambaturi onto the brakes, very deep. Pushes out wide. Fury back through. Both of them with pretty good tyre states. We're going to go trackside as Jasko giving the console a look. Console, a very experienced driver, but that Lambo is so fast at the minute. Console still maintaining P1 though, and there's quite a distance there. Back with Ambaturi, Fury, Uniclark. Uniclark is really hassling the back end of Johnny. Scotty now, bit of a concertina effect. We're back with our race leaders, Jasko, VR, and the console. What do you say about Alex? He was aiming for a top 10 position in the sprint race, and currently P1 here. He can really maximise this result tonight. Of course, these boys still get to pit. But much could be said for the rest of the guys. There's still a lot of pit stops needing to be done, but it's their discrepancy as and when they take it. But really impressive tonight with moderator here at Rubbins Racing, the console managing to give Jasko at least a run for his money. And Effie in the background looks like he's actually catching. Console trying to break the draft. Back with Leo. Been very quiet this race so far, Leo. 146, he is blisteringly quick compared to the lads that are in front of him at the minute though. Looks like Fury's wide through that section of track. He's got to be careful, and Uniclark dives off into the pit. Jasko now, we know he's good in this section of track, but we know Alex is pretty good in this section of track too, so trying to nullify one of each other, and the console not making life easy. Covers the line in case there is a dive bomb. Ooh, a bit of understeer through that corner. Is he going to have to defend coming into Sayet? Doesn't look like he does. He'd have to take a big lunge for Jasko to come that far off. I do want to check what Leo's up to though. Chewy pushed a little wide through that one. Leo's going to try and weigh him up through the Renault corner now. Again, apologies on stream from the voice. Not very well. Leo pushes very wide there. Looks like Ambaturi's going to defend the line. He does. Onto the brakes. It's as you were. Johnny now trying to hunt down Scotty. That's no easy task. Great neon light on the front of that Bentley in the dark. It's good to see. Fury into the pit. Maybe letting them tyres have a break, and was on board with Leo. Just about managing to get it stopped for the Sayet. That was nearly an accident there. So it looks like Ambaturi and Leo are side by side. And they are. They're going to drag it out into Worth. Leo getting it done on track. Nice move there. Nice move. And all the while, it looks like Johnny's very close. Dude. 6 steps the console and Jasco and very high in front. Looks like a long stop from Fury in the background. What's Ubar up to? Ubar with Uniclark, who's just taken his pit stop. I believe Ubar's taken it too. Keep a better eye on that last time. Thank you for the comments on the YouTube channel, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll obviously try and get back to as many as we possibly can. Amber Chewy not letting Leo have its own way, and all the while, the Czech driver from Olomouc, Daphina in the background there, just creeping into contention. Looks like Jasco's very, very close. I'm majorly impressed at the speed that actual NSX takes through that section of track. Nicky, NFP in the Z4 into the pit. Also, we have our Welsh Dragon into the pit too. So, ooh, the console's going to push wide through Renault. That's going to allow Jasco to come through. He's going to hold the inside now. On a good lap though. Just out a bit of a dirty air there, so is the console going to be able to hang with Jasco VR? We're going to go on board with him. He's been leading this race for more than half of it. Onto the brakes into turn 5. Pushing a little wide with a little bit of understeer there. Jasco with such a good run out of that section of track. We have Kenneth Smith, he's definitely quick. Demobi Racing, thank you boys indeed. Amber Chewy doing a fantastic job as well. He is indeed, Gembo. He's really living up to the myth and the legend. He had a good outing in the GT4s, which of course is hosted by Kemba on a Friday night. Get involved with the Discord. It's totally free. Link in the description. Leave the video a like and a sub. It helps us massively promote this league. Looks like the Chasco's managed to pull second on the console there. We're taken on board with Disco. Had a tough start to this race and the sun has dropped. Still, a lot of guys, a lot of people in the fans there, big spectator crowd coming out, even for this time of night, coming to watch these pros do their thing. Where's Ubar? Ubar really onto the back of Scotty now. Very hard onto the brakes there, so back with Disco. Disco and Effie, very close. Just the drive that Effie gets off that corner is unreal. Just in front there, you can make out Jasco VR. It looks like the console is into the pit, and where's Andy? Just coming up on the R6U chicane now. In fact, we'll have a on board with... Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to see if we can see if there's any tyre changes here. Andy's going to come through. Andy into the pit, so maybe shattering the console a little bit. Doesn't look like there's a tyre change at all there. Where's Johnny? Johnny's going to have these positions done and dusted. The console being released. It's been held for quite a long time now, but back with Disco and Effie. P2 and P3 on track, fighting it out. Amber Chewy through. Has the console been released yet? No, he hasn't. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Alright, he has had a tyre change. I've got the pit stop cinematics off, so yes, the console with a tyre change currently, P9. I don't know if he's going to lose any more positions in that, but Disco now trying to weigh up that black Cadillac in front. And just an heads up, boys, the black Cadillac at Effie through the New Holland corner, which is the last turn. What a drive he gets off it. Looks like Disco makes up a lot of time through that section of track, and we're on board with Ubar now, coming through just that corner. So, for example, he has Scotty in front of him, suffered in the first race with a bit of straight line speed. Very fast for the twisty stuff. So, back with the console, who's out of the pit, and it looks like Andy managed to jump him in that pit stop. Not sure if Andy managed to change his tyres or he managed to jump him through that, but yeah, absolutely. The console with a tyre change, on fresher tyres for this one. Johnny has Leo all over the bass end of him now. We're going trackside. We should get a fantastic shot as they exit the campus corner. We get an aerial shot of the very brave helicopter pilot and the cameraman up into turn 10. Hard on the brakes. Stefano coming up on the back of him. Jasco VR into the pit. Zaleski released. Disco released. Of course, those boys with the pit stop to take, but Jasco VR into the pit. Where's Johnny in all this? They're just coming through the stadium section. Now him and Leo are dragging one another along. Of course, the console, ooh, just getting a little wide through Campson now. He's going to try and hunt down Andy, British driver from Watford. Back on board with Leo, and it looks like that Bentley's coming to the pit. He has, so Johnny into the pit. It's going to allow Daphino. No, Daphino into the pit too. So Leo into some fresh air. Not being in any fresh air last night. Oh no, it was Johnny into the pit. Right, I'm with you now. I thought somebody else had jumped into the pit too. So Leo with Daphino right behind him, not too far. Up to the console, up to Alex. Still trying to chase down Andy there. Of course, all these boys making their pit stop. On board with Uniclark, a British driver from Swindon. Again, commanding lead in a Tier 1 touring car league that's hosted on Tuesday. Get involved with the Discord and you have your chance to run there on a Tuesday night with your lobby host and league coordinator Lecky. Look at the speed of these boys. 140, trying to chase down that Z4 in front of him. Currently good lap by Uniclark. The sun dropping, so I'm impressed they're actually improving on lap time. Uniclark just now pulling up onto the back of him. Paul Troutman. RR is the best and hard and clean racing. I'll second that, brother. Looks like Disco's just about caught up onto the back of Effie. A lot of counter steering going on there, and I do want to have a look at Definio, who has really caught up onto the back of Leo. They weren't that close before. We'll go trackside, and we have a disconnect. It's Fury, our new racer for the league. Fantastic racing in the first half of the race, though, bro. So you're more than welcome to come back. Disco so close now to the back of Effie. Look at the drive that Effie gets again off turn 11 there, the New Holland corner. Fantastic drive, and it makes it so difficult for Disco to actually make any moves there. On board with Definio, who again is definitely caught up with these. And Jasko, who's made his pit stop, is on the case. We have another comment. Bummer Fury, yeah, it was for Gembo. Again, people on the YouTube channel, please leave your name, leave your comment, get involved. We'll try and answer as many as possible. Who's going to win? Who's the fan favourite? Looks like Disco losing a bit of ground to Effie in front. But he'll make that back up again as Effie pushes wide through that corner. Disco with a much tighter line, better line through that corner. Scottish driver there showing Effie how it should be done. And Effie very close, very slow through the Repsol. In to say it now, maybe suffering. As we're having a look at Disco, it looks like his front left turning a funny colour. What's Effie's tyres like as well? Yeah, more or less the same. Jasko now on the back of Definio. Definio was closing on Leo, so Jasko's taking his pit stop. It's Lamborghini versus Lamborghini with the brightly yellow-coloured Lamborghini in front too. It looks like Disco's really on the back end of it now. Wow, so close. We'll go trackside. They're going to drag it out up the back straight into turn 10. Looks like Effie's going to hold the inside line there. Good driving. Disco pulls up along the side of him. He's going to try the undercut. Effie's, I think, seen that one coming. Jasko now. Not going to be able to pass Definio. Definio gets all sorts of sideways through that corner. They're going to be very close coming up this next shot here. Jasko really hassling the back end of Definio. Check drive from all up though, giving us a display. Fantastic driving. Definio holds the inside, and Jasko goes for a little lunge there. Has Definio seen him? I think he did. Good driving there by both boys to see one another. Fantastic. Still side by side though. Jesus Christ. There we go. Jasko was living a bit dangerous there, and it looks like Disco into the draft of that Cadillac onto the brakes into Elf corner. Ooh, Effie just about leaves Disco enough room so he could be on the brakes there. That resolves an accident waiting to happen. Good driving by both of them boys. Can Effie stick with Disco? As Definio gets very sideways, we'll see how fast Jasko is down this main straight. Let's go on board with him. Let's have a look at the speed on the right hand side, ladies and gentlemen. 150, 160, he's gone. 165 as he's hard onto the brakes into Elf. And looks like Definio's much tighter line through that little section of track. Back with the console, of course, was leading the race for the majority of it. Has made his pit stop behind Nicky at the minute. Effie keeping Disco honest. Definio not too far behind Jasko, which is no mean feat. On board with the console now as they get around the New Holland corner. Can the Z4 keep in front of him? Go trackside. Looks a little closer than they are. It's going to take a long lunge if the console is going to make a move into this corner. Thinks better of it. Of course, the NXX not renowned for straight line capabilities, but is a beast in the twisty stuff, so a bit of a compromise was set up for the boys, and Collinson gets so sideways coming out of Elf there, manages to correct it. That's going to give Nicky a little bit of breathing room on board with Definio, but trackside, looks like Jasko, so he's going to have a view of Leo, just coming through turn 10 now. See, in the dirt, yeah, now you're not going to be able to carry as fast, and it looks like this goes into the pit, so where is Leo in all this? Just coming through the blank Chadal corner now, so this will be interesting. We'll have a look at Disco. Still not in his box, nowhere near. Leo, the likes of Leo, Jasko and Definio, just coming through the RAC chicane now. Take a look on board with Definio. Where is Disco? Disco in his pit stop now, being released. You can just see him on the right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, but he's going to be swamped by these guys here. Of course, Jasko taking his pit stop. think a majority of these boys are taking the pit stop. And Disco has been released, but it's as you were at the minute for these boys. Where's Amber Chewy? I don't think he's going to be close enough to... Oh, hang on a minute. Will he have the spot? Look on the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. See if you can see Disco coming out. He's not still out yet, and I think Andy's just going to be a little too far away to take advantage of this. So Amber Chewy into 5th place. A new driver for tonight, showing us that he's more than worthy of competing in these GT3 cars. Of course, these GT3s are completely different beasts to the GT4s. But Amber Chewy having a real good, strong outing. Thank you, Demobi. Thank you, Kenneth Smith, Fury, Paul Tromad for the comments on the YouTube channel. We really appreciate all the support. We'll go trackside as Leo tries to maintain a P2 position. Again, if you're on the YouTube channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us promote the Rubbins Racing channel massively. The more eyes and ears, the more drivers we're going to have on track for the leagues. The Discord link is in the description. Smash that button. Come and join us. Totally free. League racing throughout the week. Live commentary. Streamed live onto the YouTube channel. Get yourself involved. Do want to have a quick look at what Scotty's up to, managing to keep the console in his sights, but back with Jasko, pretty handy through this sector of the track. Mind you, so's Leo, he's no slouch, so it's going to take some extreme driving from him to try and get round. Let's see what they're like on the start-finish. Leo trying to break that draft. Leo, it looks like Jasko's back in it, of course. They can make the one move to try and break the draft, but no excessive weaving. But he does a good enough job this time to leave a bit of breathing room, as it were. Dauphinio again into the breaking point now. Where's Amber Chewy at the start-finish? Sounds like you can hear it. It is. Disco in the background there. You could hear that AMG engine. Andy just about in there, and he goes around again. He's going to have to reset. It's going to allow Uniclark to catch up with him. Back with Jasko though. On board as they come round the Repsol corner. Of course, Jasko's tyres in much good shape. But I think the track temperature, with it decreasing, heading off into the night time here. Ooh, they're struggling for grip, just as I said it. Commentator's curse nearly there. Scotty, so close. Well, it looked a lot closer than it did. A couple of attempts apparently, but console breaking away a little bit there. Leo proving not to be easy to try and get around as they exit the Cancer corner. Now we're coming up on lap 19. There's not many laps of this race left. Effie's still holding P1, but I imagine needs to make a pit stop with a 15-second gap. Johnny now at the back of the grid in that beautiful coloured livery with the neon at front. He has Chili Chills in close proximity, and Chili Chills gets very sideways there. He manages to just about keep it going. We're on board with the console now as he's all over the back end of Scotty. We're going to have to go trackside into the safe corner, otherwise we'd see neither one of them. Wow, it's so close to Scotty. Scotty doing a good job at the minute, holding that last P10 position. Through Worth now into Cancer. Stick on board with them as long as there's not an increase with Jasko and Leo. See what they're like through here. The console with much better grip. Of course, changed for fresh tyres. But Scotty with a hell of a drive off there. It's going to take a big lunge for him to have a go. So back on board with Jasko VR as they're about to start the lap. Just come through the first corner. Through Renault corner now. Both with very similar lines through there, and looking at the lap deltas and the lap timing, there's a 10th in it. Jasko a 10th quicker last time around, so really nothing in it. Amber Chewy into the pit. Looks like Andy's going to pick up that spot. Also looks like Uniclark's going to pick up that spot too. Can Uniclark get onto the back of Andy? That's what we're going to have to see. Uniclark with plenty of pace in that AMG to do so. Look at that, you're just about seeing Dauphinio actually catch up on here. So we're going to have a massive fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We're expecting Effie to come into the pit. One of the last of the late pitters, if you will. Jasko having a look again. We'll go cockpit view. Leo with a good drive out the corner. It's going to be as you were for that section of track. Back with the console now. Scotty seems to have peeled out a little bit of room, but he's gone wide into that corner. Mind you, pulls it back onto the apex. So, oh, the console pushes wide. Is he going to get a slowdown for that? Is it going to allow Scotty a bit of breathing room? Johnny now up on Ubar's trumpet. He's found a way past Chili Chills. We missed that on track. Johnny into P13, and Effie's into the pit. Effie's into the pit. Only just as well, so Jasko, Leo, and Davinho definitely going to have them positions still on track. So Leo's going to inherit P1 of the race with Jasko in close proximity again to it. Leo tries to break the draft. Coming up the start finish into the first corner, Elf. Again, it's going to take a lunge. He is closer though, so Leo goes very defensive, which is going to compromise him through the exit at Elf here. P4 now. What's happening with Davinho in the background there? He's not letting this one go. These boys giving us a hell of a show. Leo, our Brazilian driver, currently second in the championship, only second to Jasko, the guy behind him. So these boys not just fighting in the championship between themselves, but on track too. Fantastic. Looks like Johnny and Uber are having their own little ding-dong too. Jasko has to correct the steering halfway through, coming through the Repsol corner. Definitely now, the track temperature playing its part. Looks like Johnny is all over the back end of Flying Dutchman. Flying Dutchman though, again, I thought it was in the top 10, a little bit of a nudge maybe there, but nothing doing. Back with our race leaders. Davinho really seeing a good battle, and looks like Jasko's going to try it up the inside. Has to get back on the brakes again. It's going to allow Davinho to catch up, so we are 21 laps into this, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me another league in the world where they're 1 second apart, 1, 2 and 3, with 20 laps down. Most competitive GT3 league in the PlayStation Network. Come and get yourself involved, join the Discord, join in the fun, leave us your comments. This is some fantastic racing going off. We've got racing throughout the field, but at the minute we're going to stick with our leaders. P1, P2, P3. I'm not sure if Leo needs to pit though. I know Jasko and Davinho both have. And here we go again, through the start-finish round New Holland corner. Now Davinho's really into the mix with this one. Can the boys keep it stopped? Can the boys keep it going in the right direction? Check this out, at 160 miles per hour trying to break the draft. We'll go trackside. Just about keeping it stopped. Jasko's going to try and hang it out on the other side. He's going to cut his nose off, is he? No. Oh, it does look like Leo is a little bit laggy at the minute. Not sure what's going on. Davinho's going to put it up the inside of him. So Leo goes from first to third in the space of 2 corners. Will Jasko run away with it? Will Davinho be able to keep on the back end of him? Jasko very strong through this section of the track. I do want to stick a board with Disco though, as Effie all over the back end of him. Again, it looks like Disco's mechanics are finally doing their job, so it's good to see. Scotty now, really on the arse end of Nicky. Scotty at P9 at the minute. He's going to follow on his good results at the minute, but I know he's going to want to try and get his way past that Z4, so we'll keep an eye on how that unfolds. Johnny's still hassling the Flying Dutchman. Back with Effie though, through the Repsol corner into see it now. Disco pulled out a bit of breathing room. Back with our leaders. Leo very wide for that section of the track. Managed to just stick out, keep it in the right direction. Jasko, the class of the field at the minute, but not having this feature his own way whatsoever. He has got 2 other Lamborghinis, totally capable, totally with the same amount of speed in them. This is all down to drivers now, and we're on lap 22. About to come up onto lap 23 with not too many more left, ladies and gentlemen, so this will be for... I can't tell you what such of an impact this is going to have on the GT3 Championship, and it looks like Davinho got very sideways to keep it pointing in the right direction, as Leo going to be able to pull up on him. Oh, Davinho living dangerously. Thank you for the comments, guys. I'll get back to as many of them as I can. And it looks like Leo's going to try and have a go of Davinho. He pulls out the draft onto the right-hand side. He's going to have the inside corner for Elf. Onto the brakes now. Oh, did the boys give each other the room? Good respect shown by the boys. A bit further back, though, Effie. Bit of a concertina effect, though. Jasko's managed to break the 2-second gap to them. I do want to have a look what Nicky's done. And Scotty's found a way past during the lap. I'm gonna have missed that, but our Welsh Dragon breathing fire out that 488 at the minute. He's really on a tear. Nicky though, no slouch, and it's great to see him having a real good old battle out on track. We'll have a look what Amber Chewy's up to. Oh, we're just having reports on track that Scotty's got a 10-second penalty, and he has indeed. It's going to put him well far back. Davinho with a 2-second penalty, and Disco with 1. Back with our race leaders. It looks like Leo's through. But of course, I think for the timings, yeah, Davinho has a 2-second penalty. So he needs to try and clear Leo, and by a couple of seconds too, which isn't going to be any easy task whatsoever. Trackside now as Dafinho gets into the draft of our Brazilian driver. The Brazilian driver sporting the yellow and green livery on the Lambo in honour of his sporting hero. That's Susanna. Many of our own. What is Effie up to? Disco maintaining P4. Effie really struggling in the cold weather. Looks like Amber Chewy is just as close now. The console, again, was leading the race for quite a considerable amount of time, holding a top 10 position. His aim tonight was to beat Scotty the Welsh Dragon, but he's P8 at the minute, so he's got his work cut out for him. Looks like Dafinho, look how close this is, ladies and gentlemen. Dafinho and Leo almost stuck together. Leo looks like he's going to cover the inside line, so Dafinho's going to have to pull out on the outside. Come on, cameraman, catch up. Here we go. Straight draft strip into turn 1. We haven't got many laps left, ladies and gentlemen. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes, as our American commentator likes to say, and Dafinho, balls of steel through the elf corner there, really left it late. Maybe Leo's struggling a little bit with grip, not too sure if them tyres are going away from him. As I say that, Dafinho's pushed well wide. Mind you, both of them did. Effie now. That AMG of Disco is absolutely gone, and it looks like Scotty has managed to pull a second or two on the Z4 there. Back with Amber Chewy, who has the console in the background there. Johnny not too far behind him, so racing throughout the field, guys, racing throughout the field. Will Leo be able to pull the car back up on Dafinho's draft? Through the Worth corner now, up through Campster. Looks like Leo gets a better drive out there, and Jasko's dropped 3.5 seconds on these boys here. Back with Effie. Does seem to catch a little bit through there, but that AMG definitely set up quite well. Scotty's trying to come out the draft a little bit of the Z4. Amber Chewy in the console now, so close to one another. We're going to go board with the console. Alex as they come past the start finish line into turn 1 into Elf. He's going to take a brave move on the brakes. He pulls out the draft. Does Amber Chewy see him? Nope, he's back on the line, so nothing doing there. Back with Leo. What's he up to? Looks like Dafinho will have the measure if he can just about keep it going. I'm not sure. I think there's another lap to go. I'm not sure. But on board with Jasko VR still. As he's going to come across. I believe this is going to be one of the last laps. I'm not sure. So Jasko VR leads the race by 4 seconds. And in the background you've got Dafinho just about trying to break that draft of Leo now. We're coming up onto the last laps. The dying laps of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for sticking with us and joining us as we take on the GT3 Sunday. Again, please leave a like and sub on the YouTube channel. It means a lot to all of us to promote the channel. Join the Discord. Its link is in the description. It's totally free. You could be out on track tonight, battling it out, having your name called, live commentators throughout the week. Totally free. All clean drivers, welcome. And it looks like Scotty, maybe Nicky's pulled a second on him somewhere in the lap. Dafinho definitely pulled out a little bit of breathing room, but I do want to go on board with Jasko towards the end of the lap, but at the minute Nicky's still trying to find a way around Scotty. Scotty so wide through that and manages to pull it back on. That's rather impressive. Took the minute. Scotty holding P8, Nicky P9, back with Leo though. It's a little closer. We'll get a good view of these boys as they come through the back straight. Coming up onto turn 10. Jasko though coming up through the blank Chadell corner now into the Eurocar. I do want to have a quick look back. Looks like Leo's going to be too far away. What about Nicky? We'll keep an eye on that battle, ladies and gentlemen. But back with Jasko VR. He's coming up on the RAC chicane. Into New Holland corner now. Thank you. He's going to come across the line and take P1 in the feature race, the last race of the night. Good driving, Jasko VR takes away the points. Dafinho is just about going to hold on from Leo. Leo and Dafinho giving us a hell of a show at the end of that race there. Should be very proud of themselves. Disco looks like he's going to take on P4. Back of the grid. Had a bit of an incident the first lap, but should be very proud of a P4 result. Good points for the guy entering the rack chicane now. Coming through New Holland corner for the last time tonight. Keep it on the black stuff, he does indeed. Fantastic driving from our Scottish driver tonight. Flash of the headlights, good driving. Good to have you, buddy. Effie in the background, just about keeping the Disco honest. Good driving from Effie. P6, Andy does manage to keep it in the points. Good coins position. Aldi bringing it home across in P6. A little off an excursion, but good driving. Uniclark, a man from Swindon, takes on P7. Where's Scotty in all this? Is he going to hold on? This is what the gap looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Scotty and Nicky coming into the final stadium section through the Eurocar. Chicane into the rack chicane now. Look at how smooth Scotty is through that section of track. So it's going to be Scotty, barring any mistakes, with the New Holland corner. He's going to take home P8, and I doubt he's never worked for an actual result as much as he has tonight. Good driving. Oh, yeah, he has. He has got a penalty, so where's that going to drop him? He's currently in 9th for the minute. Yeah, he's going to hold P9 till a top 10 position. Amber Chewy coming around the last corner now. He's got John Boy just in his sights. Another couple of laps. It would have been interesting. Can Scotty hold that P9? He does indeed. So Amber Chewy P10, Johnny P11. Ubar, our Flying Dutchman's going to bring it home in P12. Good driving, buddy. That's console, late replacement for tonight. Good to see him out on track in the NSX. And Chili Chills following up. What can I say from this round? It has not disappointed one bit. It's been fantastic to call the action on track. Jasco VR again with an ultimate display of why he is the GT3 current point leader. Leo not too far behind. Definio giving us a hell of a show. I cannot wait to have the stream up. Thank you very much everyone on the YouTube channel for catching up with us here at the Rubbins Racing League. Again, the link will be in the description for all of you guys to come and join us. I'd like to give a massive shout out to the staff that keeps the wheels turning here, but more importantly, a massive shout out to all the drivers on the grid that make this possible. From all of us here at Rubbins Racing,